So I'm going to start with one question. What is money? Give a second for you guys to think. I might say money is a unit of account. Money is a medium of exchange. Oh yeah, money, you could store money to make more value. All of that was right. But let me give you one perspective that I've learned that has changed my viewpoint on money. Money is an encapsulation of time and energy. Let me repeat that one more time. Money is an encapsulation of time and energy. So what does that mean? Let's say, for example, a tradie, a construction worker who works for an hour with the amount of energy that is exerted. A construction worker is a hard-working job, was paid $49. So for an hour with that certain amount of energy, he was paid $49. But on the other side of the globe, some random guy in Hawaii who just, let's say, trade crypto or play stocks, in an hours of his time, he could get $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. So when we compare both of them, the same amount of time, but different outputs of money, right? So then makes us question, how should we maximize our outputs while minimizing our inputs, which is time and energy? Now, this is what I call outcome-based thinking. The output you made isn't necessarily reflects the input. You may input 10 of your time or 10 of your energy, 10 points, quote unquote, but then the output could be 1, the output could be 2. Whereas if you use leverage, when you input 1, the output could be 10 times, 20 times more effective. So when we think about money, what we need to think about is leverage and outcome-based thinking. Then for those who are asking, how do we do that? We need to first understand the 4 quadrants. So the 4 quadrant was introduced by Robert Kiyosaki. It's a framework that categorizes the ways people earn income into 4 quadrants, each quadrant representing different mindset, skill sets, and approaches to generate wealth. Now the quadrants are split into the left side and the right side. Now let's discuss the first quadrant, which is on the left side, the employee. So the employee has its key characteristics. An employee works for someone else, and in return, they exchange their time for money. Right? Their income is typically fixed, which is a salary base or an hourly wage, and security is priority for them. Benefits, pensions, a stable paycheck, thus making a mindset of, I want a safe and a secure job. Right? These are like the teachers, the engineers, the retail workers, and such. But there's a limitation on the employee. Now, the employee is limited by hours. If you think about money as an encapsulation of time and energy, they're limited with time, with the hours they can work. And also because of taxes. Taxes takes a significant portion of their income. So this is the employee. Secondly is the self-employed or small business. So the key characteristics of a self-employee or a small business is you work for yourself. You own that job, and that income depends on your effort and time. So you have a greater control over your work, but typically it is hard to scale. It's limited to scalability. Now, the mindset of a small business owner and a self-employed is, if I want something done right, I need to do it myself. Just like freelancers, consultants, small shop owners, doctors with private practices. But it has limitations as well. What is the limitation? You still trade time with money, though maybe you might have a bit of independence. So this is the left side. Now in the left side, it's interesting because there's 73% of all people are gathered in the left side, but surprisingly only 5% of money is circulating there. So we need to think, oh, that's interesting. Now let's look in the right side. What is in the right side? The right side is the B quadrant, which is the business owner. Now a business owner owns a system and had a team working for them. And its income is generated when you are not actively involved in daily operations. Why? Because there's a system that works for you and there's people and team that works for you as well. So it's scalable and less dependent on your time. Now this is when the quadrant are starting to shift. Time and money is not limited anymore in the right side. They have their own mindsets as well, such as, I want to build a system where people and processes works for me, so that I don't have to trade my time and less energy. Now this is leverage. B quadrant. This is like franchise owners, CEO, tech startup founders, which has gone IPO, for example. And lastly is the investors. The investors, their money is working for them. All right. So income comes from investment like stocks, real estate, bonds, business, crypto, and whatnot. And it's like stock investors, landlords, venture capitalists, but they have a big and a huge advantage, which is unlimited scalability and the potential for exponential growth. Why? Because time is not limited anymore. Energy is not limited anymore. Scalability is huge. Funny thing is, on the right side, only 27% of all people are in the right side, whereas 95% of all money is circulating there. Isn't that weird when you think about it? Why is all population, majority of the population of people who are working are on the left side, but only a few money circulating there, whereas on the right side, less people, but more money? Then we need to think, I want to be from the left side, I want to go to the right side, because there's where the money is. The money is on the right side. But then there is a reason why, two reasons why people are stuck in the left side and not the right side. Firstly, it's because their mindset. Let's see, for example, a person on the left side won a huge lottery, $3, $5, $10 million. Statistics says that 70% of lottery winners ended up losing all their money, bankrupt. Why? Mindset. They don't have the skill, they don't have the mindset, they don't have the personality to take care of that huge sum of money. And because of this lack of skill, lack of mindset, lack of attitude and character, they ended up losing their money. So to transition from the left side to the right side, we need to first change our mindset. What kinds of mindset does the right side have? And what kind of mindset does the left side have? Then after knowing both mindsets, then we need to move and we need to change to the right side. Because I used to be on the left side. I used to be an hourly wage worker in Australia. But then after knowing all this, my mindset started to shift, because I want to become that business owner. I want to become that investor.